Can I get a sound check, please, in the chat? All right, well, Wayne, thank you so much. All right, it's Friday. We are live, okay? We are back, and we are here. We are alive. Yeah, we made it. We made it to Friday. Look, I don't know where everybody at, but what we're going to do is give the algorithm its moment. Okay, I'm going to play some high vibing music, and then we'll get back here to the show. Don't go nowhere. Just chill, relax, take your shoes off. It's all good, Miss Faye. I will be right back. Let me just get this thing on the screen. Let's get this party started, baby. Switch that up a little bit. They said this is high vibing as well, but I got to play my favorite. Yeah, we got to do this track. We ring bells over here.
I put away the dishes. You and me can walk back. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. 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 The night is young and full of possibilities. Well, come home, let yourself be free. My love for you, so long I've been saving tonight. Wait for me and you. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell.
Hey. Happy Friday, people. We made it. We made it. Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks, aka the $1 trillion Goddess Baby, Queen of Info, whatever you want. We got it. I appreciate you guys for being here, especially those of you who are live in person in real time in this warrior chat, y'all. What's going on, my UK Faye? Yes, Nia X. What's going on, mama? Wow, Wayne, I see you. Black Letter Law. Black Letter Law said this week's headlines have been wild. I have so many questions. And she reminded me about Christy Noam, which I forgot. Is that how you say it? Noam? The husband who was a cross-dresser? Yeah, child. She wasn't on my list, but we can tag her in too. Okay. Who else did I see? Miss Sunshine. Happy Friday. Just making sure I got everybody. Shamina, what's going on, mama? All right, y'all. Cha-Cha, what's up? Happy Friday. Yeah, my Warrior Book Club people are up in here too. Shout out to you. We've been reading Gloria Velez's book. And it's a wild book. Okay. It's a wild book, but it's coming from a young girl at the time. So it's kind of frustrating because you kind of want to strangle the girl, but then you have to remember she was only a teenager when this stuff was going on. You know, we've already talked about Aaron Hall. She's talking about Aaron Hall. She talked about Tupac saving her from being sacrificed by Death Row Records, Suge Knight specifically. I mean, child, the book is crazy. So we will be continuing that probably tonight. But if you have missed all the chapters and you want to get into the chapters, go to my playlist. That's where the books are. That's where the book is. And you can start from the beginning and catch on up because there's probably 50 more chapters to go. But yeah, today we're getting into some teens. Okay. Yeah, this week has been a lot. And honestly, I don't even know like where to start. Okay, let's see. Let's start with, and I guess we'll start with, hold on, let me pull up. I didn't put the pictures up like I was supposed to. Child, I was in here grooving and I was supposed to be attaching these pictures. Supposed to be doing some work and I'm in here dancing. But it's all good. It's Friday and I'm chilling. I'm trying to at least. Do we want to start with Pam? Bondi. Ugh. Pam Bondi got fired, y'all. Yeah, about damn time. A bunch of other people need to get fired too. But in the meantime, we're gonna talk about old Pam. So, what's the tea on Pam, child? What happened? Let's see. Where's the story? I had it up. Hold on. Here it is. We're gonna do this from the New York Times. They say Pam Bondi wanted a graceful exit, but Trump wanted her gone. Pam Bondi had a feeling her days as Attorney General were numbered, but she didn't expect President Trump to drop the curtain quite so soon. All right. They say that she had a pretty good idea that her days were numbered, and Trump had complained too freely, too frequently, too many people about her inability to prosecute hate. She was falling short of Mr. Trump's unyielding, unrealistic demands for retribution against his enemies. She had made a mistake upon mistake in her handling of the Epstein files. Her critics were in the president's ear. Last month, Ms. Bondi told a friend that Mr. Trump's willingness to fire Ms. Kristi Noem from her post as Homeland Security Secretary meant she might be in jeopardy too. But Ms. Bondi had not expected Mr. Trump, the man responsible for elevating her to one of the most powerful positions in the country, to drop the curtain quite so soon. According to 4 people familiar with the situation, they say the 60-year-old Ms. Bondi, downcast but determined, joined Mr. Trump for a glum crosstown drive to the Supreme Court, where they watched arguments in the birthright citizenship case. In the car, Mr. Trump told her it was time for a change at the top of the Justice Department. Ms. Bondi hoped to save her job, or at the very least buy a little more time until the summer to give herself a graceful exit. She ended up with neither and grew emotional Wednesday in conversations with friends and colleagues after she realized she was out. The next morning, Mr. Trump made it official and fired her via social media post. They said her precipitous fall laid bare a cornerstone truth of Mr. Trump's second term. Loyalty, flattery, and obeisance are prerequisites of power, but they don't provide durable protection from a president intent on carrying out his maximalist personal political goals. Okay. They said even her allies acknowledged that she was largely responsible for putting herself in a vulnerable position. Her turbulent 14 months were characterized by a series of missteps and messaging misfires that have increasingly alienated Republicans on Capitol Hill. Her firing came roughly 2 weeks before she was required to appear before the House Oversight Committee to testify under oath about her actions in the Epstein case. But the far greater danger, as Ms. Bondi knew better than anyone, came from Mr. Trump, who they say upon whom she heaped lavish and at times cartoonish praise. Child, she was doing the most. But while she effused, he fumed. So, they go on in more detail about all the ins and outs. But the bottom line for me is that she's gone and that he should be next. Like, my opinion is that he got rid of her before that oversight committee could take place, as if she might not still be called. But I don't believe her firing will keep her from having to appear. Hopefully it doesn't, because that makes no sense. Doesn't change what happened, doesn't change her role in the things that happened. So she still should be called to the front of the line when it comes to the situation and when it comes to her having to appear in front of the House committee. Okay? Cha-Cha, I did not know that she got fired via social media. Well, it seems he told her in the car, but I guess he had to put it on True Social, child. Hey, Mixon. Yes, so good to see you, Mama. Oh, yeah, we are old time, me and you. In the meantime, let's see where we at. Yeah, she did get fired. So bye, Pam. So let's move on, child. Let's move on. So good to see you too, boo-boo. Let me see. Let's talk about, I guess, Pooh Sheisty, this whole thing. You guys heard about the Pooh Sheisty kidnapping of Gucci Mane? And not even just him and his daddy. According to TMZ, let me see. Let me take her picture down because we're done with you, Pam. We're done with you. All right. So they're saying that, well, matter of fact, there's the press conference. I can just let that play. But yeah, Gucci Mane, he is an artist himself, but he also has his own label. He's had plenty of artists under that label. And according to the streets, or according to the headlines, most of those artists haven't survived. Okay. But apparently Pooh Sheisty, one of the remaining living artists under his label, was upset about the contract situation and wanted out. So I guess he had to take things into his own hands. And it didn't really work out in his favor. So let's see what the press conference is. Let me find the press conference. Press conference. Hold on. You know how I am with all my saved posts here. Where's that dang press conference? I just saw it. What's this? Okay, this is the lawyer making a statement. I'm going to do that after. Hold on, guys. That's crazy that I can't find this now. Hold on, let me take the time to read the headlines because I'm just scrolling. Lawyer. Rick Ross spoke on it. The lawyer spoke on it. There's a criminal complaint. Okay, it's just in the wind at this point. Where is that press conference? Oh, here we go.
The Northern District of Texas, thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Sheisty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash. I'm Ryan Rabel, I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at
Okay, where's the rest of it?
gunpoint numerous victims at
Okay. I thought there was another page to this. So yeah, I mean, this whole thing is crazy. Apparently, they say it was the daddy's idea to do it this way. As he said, they set up a meeting. Pooh Sheisty set up the meeting, and with 3 music industry professionals to discuss his contract. And once they got in the studio, he and his associates allegedly pulled out weapons, forced, and did what they did. And this might have worked back in the 90s. Okay, maybe even the early 2000s, but today ain't the day to be doing this type of stuff. All right, what do y'all think about it? When the feds do a press conference, that means they feel like the case will be a home run for them. Pooh and his co-conspirators are cooked. Okay, you heard him say we don't have whoever, but we about to get them, right? I watch the crime shows. I know how they get down. You heard about Taxstone possibly getting another 33 months slapped on his sentence for running a drug. Yes, I heard. You know what? Let me write that down. Taxstone. You know, I was a big fan of Taxstone's when he had his podcast. I think he was one of the first like podcasters that I really like actually listened to and paid attention to. And then, you know, then this happens. And now he in there and getting in more trouble. I'm gonna have to look into it, Cha-Cha. Mitson, this sounds like a scrapped power storyline. Scrapped, right? Because it would have never happened in 2026. Not like the way they did it, at least. So, yeah. Child, I can't. Let's move on. I want to talk about Nick Reiner. Now, of course, Nick Reiner is the son, or what, you know, is the son of the Reiners, who are now unalived. Allegedly, Nick did it. Their son. And now Nick said he's going to write a tell-all and he's going to name names, he said. Okay. He said that they say Nick Reiner is fuming inside of an LA prison over how his family and famous friends have left him to rot after his arrest for allegedly slaughtering his filmmaker father, Rob Reiner, and producer mom, Michelle Reiner. According to sources who said the accused killer is now planning a revenge tell-all to even the score. Okay. They said in a shocking twist, they can reveal, Radar Online is saying this, they can reveal the troubled 32-year-old wants to lift the lid on his parents' sordid secrets he was exposed to as a privileged Hollywood kid, and offer his side of the story, detailing why his parents were butchered in their own bed. The insider added that Nick wants, this is in quotes, wants to name as many names and cause as much embarrassment as he possibly can. The revolting news comes after smirking Reiner pleaded not guilty on February 23rd in the double December slaying of Rob and Michelle, his parents, in their Brentwood home. Prosecutors are mulling whether to pursue the death penalty for the horrific crime. And sources suggested Nick and his public defender lawyer, Kimberly Green, may be laying the groundwork for an insanity defense. The wannabe filmmaker, who's battled mental illness and substance abuse, has been in and out of rehab 18 times, has been described as out of his head inside the Twin Towers correctional facility where he's being held without bail. They say he's acting almost childlike in prison, according to a source, and assess the consequences of what he's been accused of doing. They say that Nick is now being repped by 19-year courthouse veteran Green after celebrity defense lawyer Alan Jackson withdrew from the case. He said Nick was not guilty under California law. Sources have suggested Nick's grieving siblings, Jake 34 and Romy 28, may have stopped paying Jackson's pricey tab. So now an insider is saying that Jake and Romy want nothing to do with their wayward brother. And it says to the surviving family members, he's Satan incarnate, the insider said. They'll spend the rest of their lives trying to recover from the trauma and horrific grief that he's inflicted. And now the notion that he'll be piling on the agony with a depraved tell-all is going to make their pain end and suffering even worse, this person is saying. Now, first of all, will we even know about the tell-all if this person didn't say anything about the tell-all? I don't think we would know about the tell-all. And if he does a tell-all, so what? I mean, let him do it. I don't think he can even get paid for it he's not convicted, right? He's just until his trial and then see what happens, which he probably will get convicted. But my thought is, after this announcement, will he make it to trial? This sounds like a threat. And if there are people who are in jeopardy because this guy might do a tell-all book, then they might Epstein him, is all I'm saying. That's the only reason I see this information coming to light, is because they want to Epstein this guy. Well, Wayne, what you said? We all love Meathead Reiner. Rob Reiner. Oh, yeah, Meathead, his name and All in the Family, his character. You said guilty, guilty, guilty. Everything that is said is allegedly spoken. Mitson said, not him doing a book. No, he should do a book. I mean, honestly, he shouldn't do a book, because if you have anything to say, tell it to your lawyer, right? Tell it on the stand. But I'm curious about this whole I'm going to name names business, because he might actually have some intel for us. He did grow up in Hollywood. And what drove him to the drugs, or, allegedly, and all the times he had to go to rehab, could have been whatever he experienced in that house, or, in that environment, or in the land itself. I'm just saying. Or after the trial. Yeah, after the trial could work, Mitson. I agree. So those are my main headlines. Black Letter Law said, don't forget Christy. Now, let me look up, because I know Christy, she was fired, right? And then now all of a sudden her husband is getting blasted. Let's see. Let me see. What's the story on her more recently? Christy Noam. Okay. Well, let me put her husband, because that's really what the story is. Okay, so I guess she weighed in on the husband. Christy Noam weighs in on report husband lives cross-dressing double life. The family was blindsided by this, she said. Apartment. These ads. I can't even see the story. Former Department of Homeland Security Chief Christy Noam is devastated by salacious allegations her husband Byron lived a double life, where he cross-dresses and chats online with fetish models. I can't help but laugh, but this, I guess this is probably not funny, but it's funny to me. According to the report by Daily Mail, Brian, his name, Brian Noam, chatted up women from the so-called bimbofication fetish scene. Bimbofication, okay, in which adult performers augment their breasts with massive amounts of saline to achieve a Barbie doll-like appearance. Okay. Citing hundreds of messages reportedly sent by 3 women from the scene, Noam's husband enthusiastically praised their heavily augmented appearances. So this is really just a humiliation situation. After what happened with her job, didn't she start coming out saying stuff against Trump? I don't pay much attention to these folks, but I think that this came after she didn't go quietly, maybe. It says he appears to have put balloons in his shirt to mimic comically oversized lopsided breasts, complete with fake protruding nipples. So he did it as well. And his face is fully visible, they say in the photos. Okay, well, they said he's rich. He made his fortune in the insurance industry. Allegedly, he sent women he met with in online fetish community some $25,000 via Cash App and PayPal, as he admired their over-the-top bust sizes and amazing curves. Well, damn. It says he traded selfies with one woman he pledged to worship like a goddess, telling her, "You turn me into a girl," before asking if he should put on leggings. Okay, well, you know what? All I could think is some type of karma happening here for some reason. But yeah, that was kind of interesting, Black Letter Law. Thanks for having me go down that little rabbit hole. What else do we have? I really didn't have a lot today, just because it kind of crept up on me today. But there's a lot of saved posts in my Instagram. Let's see what else we got going on here. Why did I save this? I must not have
something that you wrote that nobody know, that we don't know you wrote.
Really, formation, like, you know what I'm saying? Formation. A lot of people
Beyonce Formation?
Yeah.
Sway Lee said he wrote Beyonce's Formation. Well, Sway Lee hasn't been in front of the camera in a long time, so I guess behind the scenes would be the place to be. I'm done with the Pooh Sheisty thing, but I have some stuff of that. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Why did Donald Trump say he wanted this is the wrong. He wanted Arrogant Tay to do his hair. Arrogant Tay does like Nicki Minaj's hair and Ari's hair, who's right here with him. But he made this whole post about wanting Arrogant Tay to do his hair. He said he could use a fresh look. Always trying to poach on the culture, child. There's not a lot of other stuff happening that I actually feel like I want to talk about that's showing up here. I know that it was some big news with Tyler. Well, not Tyler. What's his name? The golfer that got arrested. That happened, I think, right after I went live. That came out last week. So that's been in the news all week. Brandy got her Walk of Fame. Congrats to her. Oh, yeah, there's one I want to show y'all because you guys know I like to leave on a good, positive note, okay? So I'm going to show a little something that I feel is a positive note. I think it's on TikTok. Let's see. Maybe it's not on TikTok. Maybe it was Instagram. Okay, hold on. Don't leave till you see this. Okay. Come on, people. Of course I can't find it. Damn it. I can't find it. It was such a good post too that I wanted to share with y'all. I'm gonna find it for next time because I'm not even gonna go into it any further. I'm not gonna go into it any further because now it just sounds crazy. All right, so listen, y'all. That's it. We done. I gotta go. But listen, have an amazing weekend. Join me for the rest of the reading. I might do it tonight. I might not, but just make sure you're subscribed so you get the notification. Appreciate you greatly. Until next time, peace and love and peace. Bye.